So the Air Force calls security forces guys nonners, Justin. What do you think
No,
about that?
no, they don't. They call people who don't work the flight line and work back office job nonners. Um, Maintainers do call us nonners, but they know what's up. They know who's out standing on the gates when it's ice cold, it's raining, there's lightning within 5. They know who really works. But there's just like internal rivalry between nonners and then maintainers and security forces. Even though the Air Force treats security forces and maintainers the same. And that's like shit.
For those of you who are just tuning in, this is Justin Williams from Bombshell Suds Co, and he was a 20-plus year Air Force security forces guy, and he is he's doing some awesome things as an entrepreneur, and I really wanted to have him on the show to just sit down and have a conversation between two friends who really get it, what it is to transition, what it is to take a risk on themselves, dare I say. And so Justin, you and I, we've been friends for a few months now. We've never sat in the same room, and
No, sure.
we're about to release a co-branded bar of soap tomorrow.
Correct. Yes, sir. We sure are.
Dude, how wild is that, right?
And I think it speaks volumes to who we are as individuals, and as well as who we have grown to be as veterans, entrepreneurs, and individuals willing to take chances on other entrepreneurs who we feel are doing big things.
Dude, so how do you, the whole premise of this podcast, right, is I originally started thinking the idea was the path back to purpose for veterans is entrepreneurship. I very much still believe that. I know you have no argument with that whatsoever.
Not at
The
all.
9 to 5 doesn't cut it for me, but this morphed to really being about the transition. And you said it this morning on the LinkedIn post that I posted about an opportunity for some scholarships to get some particularly aimed at 20-plus year vets, because they're the ones who need it the most. But the transition is what this has ultimately become about, the slogan, unfuck your transition, all that good stuff. It's why I have a brand. But how do you go from security forces to, I'm going to make fucking soap?
Oh, man, that's the $1 million question I shall try to solve or answer every day. I knew when I retired, I didn't want to be a cop. I had my fun in the sun. I previously did 10 years K-9 within the Air Force, and I didn't want to work with dogs. I had held a handful of odd and end jobs once I retired, and I was like, I'm tired of doing the 9 to 5. I want to do something on my own terms that I could have my own voice attached to. So being a candle snob and a soap snob and a brand snob in general, after doing research on the soaps that you would buy in a grocery store, you read the ingredients and you can't pronounce them. You can barely read them. And then when you're typing them in Google, you're typing out an alphabet just to spell them out.
They look like it's almost like trying to read Braille with your eyes, right?
Exactly,
like
right?
It's not even English anymore. It's just a bunch of ridiculous Latin letters, probably, that we don't understand, and I think it's by design because like you, dude. You and your wife, right? You love candles. Yes. I love candles. There's always incense. There's incense burning right now.
Yep.
I really wish that there wasn't a candle burning right now, because I learned how just destructive they are to everything. Everything. Yeah, so
the carcinogens they put off is just outstanding that you don't even think about. It's just the little things that we do on a daily that we don't think about, that I was like, we need to change this. And you start with a good bar of soap and a shower, right? And the first thing you do when you wake up, most people, I think, tend to hop in a shower, wash the Sandman off, as I call it, to get ready for their day. And then that's the last thing you do before you go to bed. You wash off the day, you unwind, you relax. And in those showers, what do you need? You need soap, shampoo, conditioner. And if I could provide you at least one of those items, that's what I want to do.
Man. Soap, though, like what did you learn going into soap making? Like, so you have no experience making soap. You have no experience making candles, right? You don't know what
I'm sorry, what was that, sir? Oh, bro, enjoy the views. It's beautiful out today. Yes, sir. No, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But if you do go up here to the viewpoint, yes, sir. You can go up there. They have a pew. It's got a way better view. Yes, sir. I do. Oh, you need millions of dollars for that one, and then talk to the state. But head up to that viewing pier. You guys can see way more than you can from over here. I said, head up to that viewing pier. You can see a lot more than you can see over here. You guys enjoy the view. Yes, sir. Have a great day. I'm sorry.
No, so no apologies, because this is real right now. So I want everybody to know, where are you at right now?
I'm at work. I work for the state of Arkansas. I'm one of the mountain bike trails guys for Pinnacle Mountain State Park.
Right.
So
but you're also
go ahead.
You're also a full-time entrepreneur, and so this is a live case study right now. Like, if you want to be an entrepreneur bad enough, you will figure out a way to
100%.
do that.
Of course.
Right. And so you'll make time to come on a podcast while you're at work, sit outside on this incredible balcony that other people notice, right? No skin off my back, because this is real, right? Take a second to do your job, and then come right back into what we were talking about building soap company, and where did that start, and how did you get into that? Like, this is what I want vets to take away from this show, and this episode in particular is, like, you don't have an excuse anymore, man. Stop making the excuses. It's too risky. I don't have time, because you do have fucking time. You have all the fucking time in the world. You just aren't willing to make the time for it.
I think Elon Musk or somebody in those positions said we're all given the same amount of time in the day. You get 23 hours and I think 56 minutes, right? The world rounds it up. But, I mean, you just got to make the best of the time, or most of the time. And those include late nights or early mornings unmolding soap, or late nights working on the website, planning designs, doing little cap cuts. But yeah, no, I'm at work, man. Like, I took an extended lunch. That way I could take my lunch, talk with you, because I felt this was important, because I didn't want to blow you off or not do this podcast. And not unfortunately, but fortunately, park visitors are out here walking in the woods below me. And obviously I work here. I'm going to give them some direction and guidance. And then we snap right back to it.
Dude, what just an amazing opportunity to sit down with you and, like, actually get to showcase what I talk about. It's one thing to read what I talk about on a LinkedIn post about get out of your own way. You have the same 23 hours and 56 minutes in the day that I have. You know, there's tons of people out there that have written books say you can work 3 full days in a day, 3 8-hour blocks to do incredible things. And
you can.
And you just demonstrated that, man. You're at your 9 to 5, which you don't want to be at anymore, even though it is at a beautiful place at a state park. Like, most people be like, oh, this is my dream job. I found that. But no, you want to make your own way in the world. And that leads me into, dude. So like I said, we've been friends. We've never met. We've never sat in the same room. I haven't had the opportunity to shake your hand and give you a big hug. But I feel like over the last few months and this collaboration, we've become really close, and we've discovered a lot of things. Like, we're cut from the same cloth, man. So how did we get linked up? Was it a me reaching out to you?
Yeah, you hit me up on LinkedIn. You saw one of my posts magically. I don't know how you saw my post, because that algorithm on LinkedIn, I don't know who
trash right now.
should hear this, but that algorithm is horrible.
It's trash.
I'm finding time to post 5 times a day. Hop on everybody's comments. I am trying to push every magic button I know just to get the voice out there for Bombshell. My wife does the same thing on Facebook and Instagram. But yeah, no, you found me somehow. You shot me a message, said, hey, I'm Adam Peters, and I followed you forever. I followed you for a couple of years now, to be honest, because I started doing the LinkedIn game before I retired. You magically saw my post. You reached out. To be honest, I was very hesitant. I went to the house. I talked to the wife about it. I was like, hey, this guy, Adam Peters, I follow on LinkedIn. He's a big voice in the veteran transition community. Reached out and wanted to set up a meeting to talk. And me being me, I don't like putting myself out there. for the fear of rejection or whatever psychological term you want to throw out there.
Yeah.
But here we are. I took a leap of faith. I dived head first, and as you know, over the last couple of months, I'm very proactive with everything we do. On top of everything you have going on in your world and everything else I have in my world, I just went all in, and this is where we are.
Dude, and this is it's so amazing that you're saying that, because I had no idea until right now in this moment that you had been following me since before you retired. So that's thanks, brother. That means the world to me. That's awesome. And
no,
I
of
like
course. I stay in post. Like I said, I hate social media with a passion. I hate social media. But
Me too.
I was told by a wise person saying, before you retire, get your LinkedIn going, get 500 plus fucking connections, X, Y, and Z. That will help set you up for a job. Bro, I think you and I know people in our world don't land jobs off fucking LinkedIn.
No. Well, I like to think that
Unless
I built a
somebody.
platform that's changing that, right? Because I can throw out a resume for people now, and I do feel like, you know, it carries some weight, and I have had some feedback of a couple people getting jobs. Most people ask and then they don't follow up, so I never know what happens. But you're right, man. Tap lies straight through their teeth. They tell you, congratulations, you're a veteran.
Is that my service or yours?
You. I don't know, dude. Are we struggling again?
I got to relocate.
No worries. We'll pause. We're good. All right. So we were just talking about, and I apologize, we had some technical difficulties. If any of you have watched the 170 plus of these that I've done, you know I don't really care about the production value. What I actually care about is what you get out of the conversation that Justin and I are having. So to those of you who are upset about the video quality or that we're stopping and starting, well, you can just get over it, or you can just not watch. I don't care. It's mine, and I'm going to do what I want to do with it. Anyway, we were talking about how Justin said, let's be honest, you can't get jobs on LinkedIn, and how I said I'd really like to think that I've built something that is starting to change that, but I really don't know, which leads me into, you know, the whole transition itself, man. It's why I have this podcast. You and I are still very much in transition. I think it's an ongoing process. You know, I did 13 years. I've been out for 11 years, and it took me 8.5 years to get to a point where I could even really start doing this kind of work. And you did 20 plus years. You just retired when?
I retired August of last year, so I'm at 10 months right now, I think, fresh out the gate, as much as it doesn't look like it. But I think mentally, I started preparing myself for transition a year, 2 years, 3 years before I actually retired, because I knew it was going to be a hard transition, especially for me. The Air Force is all I had for the longest time. Fresh out of high school, I went to the basic. And then 20 years and 26 days. I mean, other people do way longer, but that's all I knew.
Dude, I relate to that a ton, and I'm so glad that you're here 10 months on the other side of a 20-year career, because I was the same way, man. I was a 17-year-old kid who joined the Army in rural Indiana, and that's all I knew, is be the best infantryman for the United States Army and support the global war on terror for 13 years.
Yeah.
13 years. And I had it in my mind, dude, and let's be honest, when you make it over 10 years, you're pretty much a career guy in any branch. I don't know. It's very rare, and they're outliers, the guys who just walk away after 10 or 15 years that don't just finish it out.
No, that's a true statement.
And so when I got med boarded, like, I'm just left standing with my dick in my hand. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know anything. I don't even know who I am. And I didn't realize that. I really didn't realize that. So you said you started preparing 2 or 3 years before you got out. And that's really curious to me, because and I talked to a lot of vets, man, over the last 3 years. I've talked to so many veterans. You are rare in that you were already thinking about your transition out. So where does that come from?
I think it comes from, I like to be prepared. 100% I like to be prepared. And I knew from being an old head in the Air Force that I would have to eventually leave the Air Force. And then talking to the old heads who retired before me, picking their brains on how their transition was, what they're doing, how they prepared, I knew Justin had to be Justin and not Master Sergeant Williams no more. So in that, mentally, I was checked out. It's not the right word to say or the right mentality to have, but I was checked out.
Yeah.
I wore the uniform. I was Master Sergeant Williams, but internally, I was just Justin. I was, or my wife calls me Jay. I was just Jay trying to do Jay things. Like I didn't want to put the uniform on. I wanted to hurry up and get to this point in my life. And now, even then, this point in my life, I'm like, fuck. Did I make a mistake? Should I stayed in longer? Should I like continue to play the game and done 24 years, or even just another year or two to 22 years, right, or whatever the case may be, because there was not the big welcome home sign. You're now retired. Come work for us. That everybody preaches while you're in service. Oh, don't worry about it. You're a senior NCO. Yeah, you've got a college degree. You've got X, Y, and Z training. They'll be knocking down the door to hire you, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've had a handful of jobs since I've retired in the last 10 months. Some jobs I lasted a week because I was like, this is not for me. I'm not going to waste my time. Or then there's jobs with I have the state that I use the being outside as a form of therapy for me, where I've been here 8 months now. It's just, it is by far the hardest thing I've done, trying to shed that skin of being military for so long to now being a civilian. I don't play nice with others when it comes to veterans, because everybody's got a bullshit story they want to bring up or talk about, or all they want to talk about is the past and what they used to do or what they so-called did. And I don't do that. Like, I am me all day long, and I don't play the politics, essentially is what it comes down to.
Yeah, man. Dude, you just spoke so much truth, and I want to validate you for a second, man, because I think it's important. I think you made the right decision. I don't think you should have stayed another 2 years or another 4 years. I think if you do that, you're setting yourself up for an even harder transition, because you're just delaying the inevitable. Because eventually, particularly as an enlisted guy, I know in the Army it may be different for the Air Force, but you get 30 years. That's it. You can only go to 30. Now, as an officer, you can go till you die if you want to. I think 40 or 50 years is the max for an officer in the Army. And I could be completely wrong on that because I've been out for so long and things change. But I really feel like if you're doing that, you're just kicking the can down the road, and you're setting yourself up to be even more ingrained in that chapter that you refuse to close. Because I'm just like you, man. I feel gross talking on this podcast 170 times about I used to do this. When I was in, I did this. It's like, it's gross. That's a chapter of my life that I've closed. However, in order to do this work, in order to be what I set out to be, the guy that I didn't have, I have to tell those stories. I have to talk about that chapter of my life. True. And it's not to, I don't know, to hang on to it. It's more to like be the example of like, hey, I was here. I know exactly what you're going through. If you listen to what I have to say, you can figure it out like I can too.
Yeah, no, you're giving yourself credibility. And that's key when you're selling whatever you're selling, right? Is that credibility part. And then when you speak to other vets, you build that credibility. Like, I've served also. I did more than 4 years. Nothing wrong with doing 4 years, don't get me wrong. But I did my time. I did 4 combat deployments like you did. I mean, and I'm just saying your story. You did 4 combat deployments. I've been in this shit. I've ate the suck. Like, I understand.
I love the language, man, because I haven't talked like this in a long time.
I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to any viewers.
It's great. It's so because it is a big part of who we are, right? Like, it's not. Justin and I aren't sitting here saying you need to let go of all of the experience from the military that shaped you, but you can't hang on to it. Like, I'm not sitting here today without the 13 years that I gave to the Army. And believe me, I love the Army, but I hate the Army. I hate knowing what I know about the time period that I served in. I have mixed feelings about my participation in all of that. And that's another struggle that I think doesn't get talked about often enough because it's taboo, and
It is.
and you're going to catch a lot of hate online, and then you have to reveal your political leanings, which I all think is bullshit anyway. It's just like, but it's real, man. And that's what we're here to talk about is those things.
But the good thing is like I said, we progress past, and I don't even call it a chapter. That's a book. That book is on the shelf collecting dust. I rarely mention I'm a veteran. I do for the company's sake, because I think that word veteran should give you some weight as far as the discipline, the work structure, the integrity that you bring to the table. Now, that word is definitely abused. I agree 100% that people use the word veteran and it's abused. People abuse the fuck out of it. Like, but I know Justin's integrity. I can't foreshadow and put that away. So we are a veteran-owned, family-operated soap company. Like me and my wife and my daughter, 3 of us. They were up like last night boxing up our soap that we collabed on last night, printing the labels and putting labels and stickers on the boxes. Like, my daughter's 13, social media is her life. She's telling me how we should advertise better. Right?
I love watching your daughter's social media posts. I just it's so right on base too, because whatever the algorithms are pushing on Instagram and TikTok, it's like, come box up an order with me, and I'm like, here we go. Like she gets it. She just gets it, and
she understands. She's a wizard with it, and I don't get it. Or she's like, Dad, that post you made is cringe. I'm like, why is it cringe, and what is cringe? I think it's cool, like, especially like the mock-ups I've been posting about the Yachty or our soap. Our soap mainly, she was like, that was so cringe. Just the music. I was like, the music is cool, but it's a different age. I'm almost 40 and she's 13. Like 2 different generations, obviously.
Well, and obviously that I know she understands social media, but maybe doesn't understand who we're marketing to, right? Like our collaboration is to our audience, right? It is to guys like you and me, man. First and foremost, for everybody else, I really hope that they come and they buy every single bar that you ever make, right? But
that'd be great. But if they don't, they don't. Like,
yeah, right. And so I think it's so amazing, man, that you get your family involved in it too. And there's a lot of people out there that'll tell you, oh, don't ever go into business with your family. That's a terrible idea. And I like, does it have to be? It doesn't have to be a terrible idea.
I agree. I think it's all situational. It's all about how you react. Now, everything doesn't go perfectly right. Like, I am a perfectionist through and through. So I want our soaps looking pristine. I want the swirls and the marbling to be X, Y, and Z. And they don't always go that way. Like, my daughter swirls soap one way, my wife swirls soap another way, I swirl another way. Like, all 3 different methods. The end product is the soap looks great. Like, sorry, there's a wasp that keeps catching my attention.
Definitely don't want to fuck with that guy.
No, the good thing I'm inside. But I had to remind myself and breathe, because for some reason I have a hairpin trigger. I just get frustrated so quick. I have to remind myself, Justin, breathe. It's just soap. It's just soap. It will be fine.
Dude, and speaking of which, remembering to just breathe. Hopefully you're okay with this, and if you're not, we'll pivot to something else. But
no, of course.
This week in particular, it's been a rough week for both of us, right? And we had a conversation via text yesterday, and I'm so grateful that we had the conversation. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, even though we didn't actually connect and vent to one another.
Yeah.
We were able through text to admit some things to one another that I don't think a lot of veterans are willing to admit. And you actually said it first yesterday, and it was, I think I struggle. I have more bad days than I'm willing to admit.
100%. I do.
I have more bad days than I'm willing to admit. And dude, that really punched me in the gut. And I want to tell you why. It's because I've spent the last 3 years building this platform and helping others and pouring into others, where I felt like, and I'm not blaming anybody. This is my own feeling. This is my own thing to own. So I'm owning it right now. But I feel like like I have to put on the face. I have to pretend like I'm okay, even when I'm not okay. Now that doesn't mean that I have several mentors that I go to when I'm having bad days. You have become one of those people, right? Like I admitted that to you yesterday.
Yes, sir.
How important is that for you to, I mean, we just met 3 months ago, like basically 3 months ago, I think I reached out to you on LinkedIn, said like, I want to talk to you about coming on this podcast. And then 2 weeks later, I just got this harebrained idea while I was making these shirts to go to Military Creator Con. I was like, hey man, would you be interested in like a co-branded bar of soap? Like I'll pay you for whatever it costs to do it. And we could split the profits. And you're like, yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that. And then it's been like we're long lost brothers ever since. But
yes, sir.
And I'm going somewhere with this. I just got to get there. And so
I'm not going nowhere. I'm here for the ride.
Yeah, man. This is real, right? Like this is how our conversations go anyway.
Of course.
But how important is it to you to know that, like, I don't know, man. I feel like for me, it's like, dude, like I ran into this guy who's got a soap. It's really cool that he agreed to co-brand a bar of soap with me. I feel like you're doing way more work than I'm doing, which I know is bullshit. That's in my own mind. I feel like we're equally doing the same things, but it's been really cool to collaborate with you and become really good friends with you, long lost brothers.
Yes, sir.
How
Agreed.
important is it to be able to feel like you can come talk to me about those struggles? Because I know from experience, I spent 8.5 years sitting in that dark fucking hole where I felt like I could not reach out to anybody and admit what I admitted to you yesterday.
For me, I think it's, I'm trying to think of the right word. It's key. It's
paramount almost, right?
Yes. Because my wife is my best friend and my wife, but at the same time, I feel that you can't pour from an empty cup.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that sometimes, I think to include you in this, you're pouring from an empty cup. I pour from an empty cup. So we have to do, like you said, put that face on, and we have to, everything's all hunky-dory when it really isn't. So I like to be able to express and tell those who I have a connection with, everything is all right. Like, and if it's not all right, it will be all right. Because I think too many of us are afraid to talk about it or admit it or just show that we're human. I think that's the word, that we're human.
Oh, dude, and I relate to that a ton because having a platform, I really could give a shit less about the platform. I love the platform for what I'm able to do to help others, but it comes with a price, and that price is people think that I'm unreachable or I'm not approachable or I don't have time for them. And it's like, man, that's the last thing that I was trying to build, right? Like that's the last thing. They also think that, oh, he's got it so good. He's talking about this. He's releasing this academy. He's co-branding a bar of soap with Justin. Rude Awakening, man, I've been at this for 3 years and I made more money yesterday releasing the academy than I've made in those 3 years. That's the God's honest truth. And I only made $2,000.
That's funny. I listen to a lot of Alex Hormozi. I don't know if you know who Alex is.
Of course, I know who Alex is.
I don't know him personally, but I'm always watching his videos just for the business aspect. He said something the other day. People are never doing as good as you think they are, or they're telling you they are. Because people tend to wear the mask. They like to put on a front. And that really resonated with me when I have an internal issue that I like to compare myself to others.
Ooh, that's a big one, man. And it's one of my favorite quotes, and I can't remember who gets the credit, but everybody's heard it before. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Oh, 100%. It is. And that's where I have to tell myself all the time. I can't compare myself to Dr. Squatch, or I can't compare myself to, you name a list of veterans who are doing great. I'm happy for them. I give them flowers. I have evolved so far in my own mental process of life that I rarely throw shade. If you're doing great, good for you. Congrats. I hope you continue to do great. If you're not doing great, and if I could try to help you or give you some words of wisdom or advice from my little corner of the world, I'll do that also. But I think too few people have that genuine care that I think as a human in humanity, or as a grown man, you should have. And I would call it like a sixth sense. Like I can kind of tell, hey, when me and you're texting and things are kind of off. Hey, bro, you okay? Are you doing good?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, well, it was last week. You sent me a text because you didn't hear from me the night before for like several hours. Honestly, I had just kind of put the phone down for the night and just stopped checking it or whatever. I was genuinely fine, but it was like out of character because we had just been texting and then it just drops off. And so the next morning, you're like, hey, bro, are you okay? There was something else you said to me last week too, and I wish I could find the text verbatim, but we text a lot. And it was, dude, it's so cool to have somebody cheering for your success.
Oh yeah, it was an Instagram post.
That's what it was. Yeah,
for small businesses. Like there's you. I think we have a mutual friend, and you even helped me repost for Genario, who is looking for a job. I text him, and if I don't hear from him, I hit him up. Just checking on you. I haven't seen a post. Where's the pirate at? Is the pirate okay?
Yeah.
There's you. There's a couple others. I have a realtor buddy that I'm always posting for, and that we have a little collaboration coming out in a couple weeks. That I'm always checking on him and cheering him on. I think we have to be each other's biggest cheerleaders, because that's the veteran mentality that we should have. Yeah. Not the veteran mentality of I'm gonna tear you down because I'm better than you, I'm bigger than you. I've got my t-shirt, my sweater, my ball cap that says I've been there, done that, I'm too good for you. We fail, I think, in my personal view, this is Justin only, we fail to support each other how we would like to be supported.
Yeah.
And if I could make a small difference in somebody's life or somebody's business who's trying to make it just like I am, I'm going to do that as long as our things align. I think there's plenty of food for everybody. Everybody's going to eat, but who's sitting at my table? Yep. That's the thing.
Who am I bringing with me? Yep.
Correct. Like I'll give you food all day long, but are you sitting at my table with me? That's my choice.
Yep.
The choice is to feed you, but then my personal choice, are you sitting at my table? And I think too many people get in a mentality of me, instead of we. Because
dude, our community is plagued by it. Our community is plagued by it. We are the worst community at eating our own. And for those of you who don't believe me, look, I did a 4-hour-long podcast on the Tracer Burnout podcast, and one of the shorts went really viral on Instagram. And most of you know I don't really do much on the other social media platforms. I just don't have time. That's going to change here soon. However, the comments that I saw on that shit, I was like, who in the fuck are you guys to challenge my perspective and tell me that I'm a fucking idiot for what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. Two, I mean, some of those comments were like, dude, you should just give it up. Go fucking hide your head in a hole. And I'm like, what? Wait a second. I've built a platform that is actively helping veterans not kill themselves.
Yeah.
And it's our own brothers and sisters saying this shit.
Yeah. And that's why I try not to play in that pool.
It's so hard because so much of business these days is content marketing via social media. So you really can't avoid it. And look, I even wrote a Substack post about this. When that video came out, I lost a really good friend, because of
I read that
video. And Substack has become an outlet for me. I really enjoy it. I don't know where it's going. It is generating revenue for me, so that's really cool. But that was never the intent. That was never the intent of it.
This is the bonus.
And it is. And I wrote in that Substack, like, I know better. I listened to Joe Rogan ad nauseum. One year I was in the top 1% of his listeners, and he says it all the time. You can't be you have to post and go. You can't be in the comments.
No, not at all.
But guess what? I'm just as human as you and
Yep.
everybody else who's on social media. And I'm sure Joe Rogan reads the comments. I'm sure that he reads the comments.
You might be right. I don't know Joe from Adam. I like Joe. I listen to Joe. But I also know Joe, I don't know him, but I think Joe has that mentality to where he doesn't need that external validation.
Of course, he's already made $100 million once with the Spotify deal. So, like,
Yeah,
I get it. And he's been doing it for 15 years also.
Yeah.
So he probably has developed that muscle. I've been really for a year on Instagram, right? Instagram's a toxic fucking place. I mean,
They all are. I hate social media. I'm on social media so fluently now is to promote Bombshell, like,
yeah.
and give my two thoughts, even pirate somebody's post. Like, if it wasn't for me trying to push my brand, my company out there, I wouldn't be on social media. Yeah, because I give two shits about social media and the drama it brings. But I'm also very thankful for social media because it brought me good friends like you, Gennario. There's a guy named Greg who's huge in the HR world. Greg's always posting, or Gary, my bad. Gary's posting always great information about HR stuff that we don't tend to think about, but he brings the light that makes you think, oh, he's right.
Yeah.
Even Dan's with Veteran Claims AI right now. Dan drops tons of good information. And I've even texted him asking him business questions because who else am I going to ask these questions to but those who've been before me? And I think that's the small community that we have to build upon and make bigger, but we have to let the ego and everything else go to the wayside.
Well, dude, and I think too, like you just inspired kind of this thought is as you start to grow on social media and you start getting invited to do speaking events or networking events like conferences, stuff like that. I think it would be the equivalent of like trade shows and stuff for you, farmers markets, whatever.
Yeah.
The social media becomes more tolerable because it's leverage to get to those places where you're now interacting with real people, right? Because the things that people are going to say on social media, they're not going to stand in front of my face and probably not your face and say the exact same things because, well, one, we grew up in an era where it was okay to punch people in the fucking mouth. There's consequences for your words, but also I'm 6'3", 215 fucking pounds, and I'm pretty intimidating. Like you just probably there's a psychological effect there that just stops you, puts that filter in there, and you're not behind the safety of your fucking keyboard and your screen anymore.
Correct, and that's I get it all the time here at the mountain, like. People, I don't have Facebook. That's one platform I refuse to have. People will go on. There's a Pinnacle Mountain Bike Facebook group, whatever, and that's where I got the message today. Hey, this trail really needs some work. Blah 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 blah. Get ahead of it. I walked the trail. There were a couple of spots there, right, that needed some work. I did the work and called it good. But there's no need or reason to blast it across the universe. This is the worst mountain bike trail ever. Bro, it's one guy working almost 40 miles of trail.
Yeah, but
I can't be everywhere.
My instant thought is, okay, so you walked the trail. You said it was a couple of little spots.
Yep.
How about you're a patron of a state fucking park? Why don't you just clean the fucking trail yourself?
Exactly. Like, if this is such a big deal, you grab a rake, come out here. Oh, I don't want to get ticks or mosquito bites. And he was complaining that he had got a couple ticks while he was riding his bike. If you're riding your bike and you're getting,
in the woods,
when you're riding in the woods, right? But if you're riding your bike and you're getting ticks, you're not riding your bike. You're walking it. So my whole morning was raking the trail and thinking to myself, trying to calm down from this keyboard warrior. Because I take pride in everything I do. I take pride in my trails out here. They're not the best trails, but I try to make them better. And I think that's what the military taught us was leave it better than you found it.
Dude, yeah. Yesterday's a prime example. You were such a godsend to me yesterday. You and Christy Bader and my girlfriend were very, very helpful to my mindset yesterday because, that I pushed the launch from Friday last week to yesterday because I refuse to put out a product that people are going to pay me their hard-earned money for and it's just not up to the standard. And then yesterday you're like, dude, I've been sitting here waiting. Is it go time? And I'm like, it's go time. It's live. And then I instantly get a text like white screen. And I'm like, fuck, here we go. Right. And you're like, dude, just chill out, man. Like you've done the work. Like you've done the work. And you know, yes, it was debugging all day yesterday for the launch. But it ends up there's seven or eight people that signed up. They're in there actively training, and not a one of them was like, I want my money back because you couldn't figure this the fuck out on launch day. And it's like if I didn't have you and Christy in my messages helping me figure out, like, testing, you know, did this fix it? Did this fix it? And then my girlfriend telling me, hey, just come get a smoothie from where I work and just step away for a minute. You're a good man with good intentions. Like this is how a launch goes. And then, you know, I kind of go do that. I have the smoothie. I get into my AI and I do some research, and I find out, well, the payment processor that I use to collect money, Stripe, had a abysmal launch, dude. Like, and they had, like, I was figuring it out for like 7 people. They were figuring it out for like 30,000 people. And I'm like, oh, like I'm in a really good spot. You know what I mean?
You're great.
But to your point, like, you were raking the trail trying to calm down from the social media post this morning. I was raking the trail from my own internal mechanisms that are like, you're a shitbag for putting this out. You should have thought of this before it launched, and yada, yada. And like, I guess the whole point here is, like, we've surrounded ourselves with people who build us up, who cheer for our success, not actively try to hamstring it.
Correct. And that's what I think you have to have, especially nowadays. Everybody's out for themselves. And going back to the point earlier, you can't do that. To me, you can't do that. You have to be a we thing and not a me thing.
You can't do that, man. I said this, the last podcast I put out was April 13th, and there's a big blast going out to all of those of you who have been waiting to come on and are wondering why I'm recording with Justin right now. That's postponed till the winter. There's some other things that take precedence that, you know, just need to be done. And so I talked about this on a podcast, and God, I've lost my train of thought, but
it's okay.
We were talking about what was it? It was, it's a we thing. Yeah. Yes. So the epiphany that I had was, dude, the key to everybody's success is people. It's people all day long. It's the people that build you up, that you surround yourself. It's like what you said. Are you eating at my table?
Correct.
That's and the more of those people that are eating at your table, I'm convinced the further in life you will go. I
think so too. But at the same time, you can't let everybody eat at your table. Not everybody's intentions are true and pure. There's plenty of snakes in the grass. Little wings that are the best. You got to cut your grass short.
Ignore my yard. Justin commented on my yard earlier. Ignore my yard. It's Florida. I got to mow every 4 days.
Oh, I know that's how it is here in Arkansas, especially in the wet season. But I said, I think there's plenty of food for everybody to eat, but not everybody's sitting at my table. And I designed it that way.
Yeah, man, dude, it's imperative. You have to design it that way, and it's not a linear progression either. It's very like trial by fire, kind of like, I meet this person, you know, this person seems great, and then, you know, turns out that person wasn't great and shouldn't have been eating at my table. You know what I mean? Like, you can only learn by doing.
I agree. How can I switch my camera? Actually, I'll just do this.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, a cardinal? And a female cardinal, like the male and the female. The joys of working in the park, right? Like,
dude, Indiana State birds, so I'm super familiar with cardinals, and wherever the male
I went
goes,
to
the female
UIW
follows.
in San Antonio, so I am a cardinal. So
yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. It's bananas, and I hate that the veteran community has become that way. I wish it wasn't. I wish we were all supportive. Kind of like how I texted you this morning. I was like, hey, I got this idea. I was like, why don't we create I want to create a platform where I'm not going to do it, but it's just throwing it out there to the universe. So whoever wants to create this, you'd probably do great. A platform for like LinkedIn, but for entrepreneurs who want to build, who want to grow, who want to get good educational advice, as well as sell their product and not have who has the most followers or likes or X, Y, and Z, like a true, like, help each other out, because nobody's coming to save you. Nobody.
Bro,
You could
nobody.
have 1,000 million followers on LinkedIn and Facebook and what have you, but nobody's coming to save you. You got to save yourself.
And to your point, those followers on Facebook and LinkedIn, those could disappear overnight. I don't own them.
No,
I don't.
I think Matt Quick said it this morning. He was like, I lost 5,000 followers overnight. I said, hey, send them my way. I can use this whole business. I was like,
but that's the truth, man. And it all goes back to what I was saying about people, man. Like I really think, and I don't know, maybe you agree with this, maybe you don't. You're 10 months into your transition. I'm 11 years into my transition. So I'm like 100x or 10x further than you are.
You are.
And I still feel like I'm still in it. Right. But it's building relationships has been the most important lesson I've learned. Like building true relationships. I wanted nothing from you. I wanted you to come on my podcast. And I really feel like that's me wanting to put you on because you're a veteran who's doing something that's not wallowing in his own sorrow of being out of the military, right? Like you're actively trying to build a better life for yourself. So that's originally all I wanted. And then I got this harebrained idea walking through the mall to get these shirts made for a conference. And I'm like, I wonder if Justin would like to co-brand a bar of soap because I like what I like, and I'm kind of woo-woo, obviously, you know.
It's okay.
You know, and so I just text you like, hey man, I think it was like a big long paragraph text, and I was like, either he'll respond or he won't, and he'll tell me fuck off, or he'll tell me, yeah, dude, let's do it. And like 2 minutes later, you're like, absolutely, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, now we're building a relationship. And you're like, here's what it's going to cost to do this. This is what I need you to put up. I was like, okay, done. Cash App, let's go. You're like, ordered the stuff. Let's get this done. And dude, so excited that we get to release. Can I show it?
Go ahead. It's our soap. Go ahead. I see it every day.
We get to release this bad boy tomorrow, guys. I'm so excited for this. I've been using it for 4 or 5 days now with the fancy little.
Yep, you've had it. We just changed our back labels, so it'll be even nicer than what you have currently.
I don't care, man. This is a dream come true for me. I want you to know that. I want you to know that you literally have made a dream of mine come true, and not necessarily that it's soap, but I have a branded something.
Yeah, you definitely do. And the good thing is it's a good soap. Like it's beef tallow, coconut oil, shea butter, castor oil, beeswax, honey, mica for the coloring, and then sodium hydroxide for the lye. But the lye gets processed through with the soaps and the fats, and then you have the soap, and then obviously the Palo Santo and sandalwood fragrance.
Dude, what a combination!
Look at that. We said all those words. You know what those words are. You don't have to look any of those up, and you're like, that's it, bro. That's it. That's all soap needs to be. Soap can be any of those. Some people just do coconut oil soaps. Great. Some people just do beef tallow soaps. Great. We like the combination of what we put in our soap, like I said, those main ingredients, because what each brings to the table. And what each brings to the table is great.
So because I am a customer, and I made that known from day one, I have some other soaps here, and I want you to talk about these soaps if you can. Like what inspired them. So the first one I'm holding is Bali Breeze, and so I'll open it and I'll kind of show it to the camera here.
That's the old design. I said we keep on changing designs. My wife is the mastermind behind the designs, and my nose is kind of broken from COVID and being a dog handler in Iraq and everywhere else. So my smell is not the best. So my wife is, honestly, when I show the Mad Scientist logo, that's honestly my wife. She's the Mad Scientist. She's like, it needs to smell stronger. It smells shoe strong. Let's do these colors. Let's do X, Y, and Z. I said, if it was me, I'd have bright colors. I'm a bright color guy. We'd have bright colors all day long. I wouldn't know how good they smell unless they're super strong. She's the true Mad Scientist behind everything we do. But that's the Bali Breeze. So the Bali Breeze, it's like a beach, man. Like I wanted to give it beach vibes. I threw some coffee grounds in that one to give it a little extra exfoliation.
So is that the scrub that I feel in the sample bars you sent me? I knew it was. I think I could, because I'm a coffee snob, right? So I thought that I could smell coffee grounds when I was taking a shower. However, I want to be clear. It's not overpowering the sense of the bars that you sent me. It's just I have a nose for coffee.
Yeah. No, and that's true. Like I said, we put coffee grounds in some of them for the exfoliation. It's just a natural exfoliation. Like I think I also sent you a initial oat milk and honey one. It had oats in it. So another natural exfoliant. Now I can't say the whole bar is natural because the fragrance not, but we use high quality fragrance that is meant for cold process soap. That is made here in America. It's actually made in Florida, down in Miami. So, and they're free of all the sulfites, the bens, the SALs, the SLSs, the SESs, all that junk. They're free of that. So that's why we found this fragrance company and we stuck with them. But yeah, so like I said, when it comes to the Bali Breeze, we changed the look around. There's no and you've seen, I think in my reels, we've done the ASMR reveals now on Instagram. My daughter's idea because my daughter's a genius.
Love
so does
those.
everybody else. Like
ASMR is great.
I don't even get it. I get it, but I don't get it. But the other day, I think we had like 5,000 views on one that was posted the day prior. And to us, that's huge. Like to everybody else, 5,000 views, who cares? That's not very many. I mean, we're a family operated small soap company trying to expand. And we just got 5,000 views on our Instagram. Like that's good for us. Like I'm happy about that. But back to the soap. So the Bali Breeze, that one has the new Bali Breeze we showed a reveal. Doesn't have the coffee grounds. What else did you get?
So the next one I've got here is Man Cave.
Man Cave is the most popular one here at the park. I sell to all the guys here who work at the state park.
So Man Cave, little blue and yellow. It looks like
blue and yellow. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I thought they were both pretty masculine colors. And it's got coffee grounds in it also. Once again, it has deep tallow, coconut oil, shea butter, beeswax, castor oil. I forgot to add, it has choline clay in it because that's what we put the fragrance in. That way it helps maintain the fragrance and it also gives it that nice, smooth, slippery conditioning texture. And then the coffee grounds.
Well, this one doesn't say coffee grounds. It says local raw Arkansas. Oh, it does say coffee grounds. I didn't get to it. Local raw Arkansas honey,
yes,
cedarwood, another one of my favorite scents.
Yeah, but that one is all, I can't say all natural because the mica. But we use a premium grade cosmetic mica. Another company in Florida. For some reason, all these companies are in Florida.
That's because we know where it's at down here, brother.
Yeah, because I use Mad Mica, who's in Florida. We use Vembita for the scents. But that's the popular one in the park. All the maintenance guys like that one, just because it has that manly aroma.
Oh well, the tea tree, it's tea tree, rosemary, essential oils, and the cedarwood. That gets me every time. Like I mean, obviously, I came to you to collab on a sandalwood Palo Santo, so obviously that one would speak to me. The next one I've got is the Ugly Cactus. And this one's inspired by Bath and Body Works.
Correct, it is.
You know, here it is. This is the Ugly Cactus. This one was really intriguing to me because there's not really. I'm not a Bath and Body Works guy. Right, no. So I don't really know what this scent is.
But that's my wife and daughter. Every time they go to Target, Bath and Body Works is next door. So they go there, they smell their stuff. And that's where that one came from. The Ugly Cactus was supposed to just be Cactus Blossom, which is what the actual title of the scent is that it's inspired by. But the green and the yellow just turned it into this ugly color, ugly combo.
I think it's awesome. I love it.
So do we, but we put that spin on it. Now it's the Ugly Cactus, which smells amazing. Like
it does. I'm smelling my fingers right now. Yes, I'm like, oh man.
If you know what the Cactus Blossom smell from Bath and Body Works is, that's the soap. That's the Ugly Cactus. And once again, the ingredients never change, minus the coffee grounds or no coffee grounds. We have a base formula that we stick with. It's just the fragrance, and then we make sure we follow the guidelines with the IFRA. To ensure that we're putting out a product that meets their guidelines and that it's not going to irritate or upset your skin.
Yeah. And then the last one that I bought from you that I'm
in this go around, because in the first go around you got an oat milk honey. I gave you a whole bunch of random ones.
Yeah. And I honestly have to be honest, because they came in those little sample bags. Yep. I didn't even look at what they were. I just used them, and I was like, these soaps are the shit. Of course, I'm a lifelong customer now. Yeah. Now, other than our bar, obviously, because it came from my mind, and I'm just a a Palo Santo sandalwood nut. This is the one that I even mentioned to you, and you were like, "Oh, bro, I'm really excited about this lemongrass."
But the lemongrass is that's the bee's knees. No pun intended, because like I said, we use Texas Hill Country beeswax from a local priory in the Hill Country, right outside of Austin. And then obviously we get our honey here from a local bee farmer here. But the lemongrass, that thing makes your shower, and
man,
smells just like a bunch of lemons.
Oh, bro. And I'm a lemon nut. Like, lemon is my favorite flavor. There's no such thing as too lemony. I drink ridiculous amounts of lemon in my water.
Yes. And I'm from the South, so lemonade is key. So when that one hits, like, it's not that Pine Sol lemon. It's not that.
No, it's lemon.
It's lemon because it's lemongrass essential oil. So once again, as long as, and you said it right, you can never be too lemony. You can be not enough, but never too much. But the whole shower, the whole bathroom, wherever you're using it, it smells like fresh lemons, and you can't beat a good lemon citrus scent.
No, it's just a clean scent. It's just like 100%. It just signals clean. Like, you could be in the dirtiest fucking shower on the planet, and if you smell like a lemon scent, you'll feel like you're cleaner than you've ever been.
Oh, bro, if we had those when we were in Iraq, like in the
dude, that's exactly showers, where I was just thinking, man. I was like,
if we were in the shoes in Iraq and we had that lemongrass, we'd be happy as pigs and shit. But obviously we didn't have them back then.
Justin, man, I'm so grateful to have discovered your post on LinkedIn, to have connected with you, and to become your friend, man, and to be releasing a co-branded bar of soap. Man, I'm getting chills just saying this. Like, this really means the world to me, man. And so I'm just grateful to know you. I'm grateful that you're out here wanting to tell your story, to have this conversation, to help our brothers and sisters really wrap their head around what they're about to go through, what they're already going through, and show them, like, man, there's a way out. And it's not pretty. It's not without its own struggle, but it is okay, and you're not alone in any of this. Like, there are plenty of us out here who will help you, who will donate our time to just getting your mind right and point you in the right direction that you need to be going. And so, brother, as we end this up here, man, what is it that you want those that are going to watch this and listen? It's not to Bombshell Suds, like, that's not who you are. Like, that's tertiary effects of this conversation. What is it you want them to take away from what we talked about?
Oh man, we've talked about quite a bit. I just think that you just got to be true to yourself. You got to be true to yourself, no matter if you're transitioning from the military to civilian world, whatever you're going through. Just as long as you're true to yourself and you try to be true to others, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, man. I would hope that those that are listening take away that there's no competition here. It's all collaboration. Like,
yes, sir.
Like, without a doubt, man. I've told Justin this repeatedly since we started working on this project. I want to blow his soap company up. I want to leverage my platform to get him the success that he deserves, because he's got a healthy, quality, wonderful, amazing product that needs to be in front of the world. And by damn, I'm gonna help you do that, man. Like,
and I appreciate the help. It just sucks that we don't have like a smell-o-vision. Like, if Willy Wonka was like, hey, in 2026, let's get a smell-o-vision so you can smell my soap through the screen. But we are grateful to everybody who has bought from us, who've taken the chance, not knowing what our scents really smell like, to you included, right? They buy the soaps and then they send us the screenshots or a message, email. Like, yo, we love your soap. I'm eternally grateful for those individuals, because they took a leap of faith on Bombshell Suds, not knowing what they would get, and I understand how hard we work for our money. No matter what job you're in, money's tight wherever you're at. Yeah. So we are internally grateful for those customers also, because they took a leap of faith. You took a leap of faith. We're grateful for you and your time and the amount of effort you put into this project also, because you don't get your time back. You can make more money all day long, but your time, we won't get that back. So thank you for your time. I said I appreciate the customers who take the time to buy our stuff, to try our stuff, and then to give us a shout out or leave a review on the website, because it's them who we continue to make this for and do this for. And as well as, we like good soap, and we're going to keep on putting out good soap.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you'll never have to buy soap again.
No, this is true, but nor will you, so we're good.
Well, let's pump the brakes on that, dude. My last question, and this is off the wall. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is the logo is that your wife riding the
The
bomb?
logo is my wife all day long. She did a
do
pinup photo back when we lived in Vegas. She did a pinup photo shoot just for us. So I took that pinup photo shoot. I put her on the bomb. They give the bomb the dog face or the shark face, because if you don't know, the Army Air Corps used to be the Air Force. So the Air Force used to be the Army Air Corps, and they'd paint the faces on all their planes and everything else. So we went and paid homage to the Air Force in our own special way. Paid homage to my wife, who is the Lady Bombshell. But yeah, that's my wife all day long. She's the face of the company. She's the true mad scientist for everything. I'm just in the kitchen making it all happen.
Oh, dude, and I'm so excited for the second run to Sacred Ground, because you were like, my wife says it needs to be more smelly, and I was like, I think it smells great, but if she wants to add more, I'm never going to kick that out of bed.
Nope, and it's done. And the thing is like I said, we had to keep things within the guidelines, so we tweaked it a little bit, but you can't tell a difference as far as, does it have more sandalwood, does it have more Palo Santo? It's great, but it will be a little stronger, but only by a smidge, because we don't want to violate those guidelines and put people's skin at risk.
Right. Brother, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for sitting down and having this conversation with me. I'm going to put this out tomorrow morning when we launch this bar of soap. And
yes, sir.
I really hope that you sell out. How many bars we got for the first run?
The first run, we have 29.
29. That means 29 of you are going to get a bar of soap, and that's it. And then you're going to have to wait. Yeah, I think you're going to have to wait, 3 weeks, you said?
Yeah, 3.5 weeks, because in preparation for it, we already made the second batch. And that one, I said, depending on how many you get, we'll have about 30 of those. And saying we stay small, like we're small batch. I'm not making mass quantities of soap. Like one batch gets that TLC, that tender love and care from us at home, so that we're not putting out junk, we're not mass producing. And even then, we could do a 2 or 3 batch run of this and call it good, and then it's not coming back. It all depends on how we do and how we plan it as far as our partnership goes with it. But yeah, we will never be mass production. It will be small batches. We think that's how we stay and we grow.
I love it, brother. Man, thank you so much. So grateful.
Thank you.
Justin.
I appreciate you, brother.
Let's do this, man. Those of you who said you were going to buy the whole batch, I'm counting on you when this drops tomorrow. I will call you out in the LinkedIn post. I'll call you out because you told me you wanted to buy the whole thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Williams from Bombshell Suds Co. I cannot wait to meet this man in person, and I can't wait to see what else he and I can come up with and ways to collaborate.
Yes, sir.
If any of you are veteran entrepreneurs out there and you want in on this collaboration, you want an introduction to Justin to propose your own collaboration with him, I'm sure he would love to sit down with you and talk. I would love to sit down with you and talk. Let's as entrepreneurs lift each other up in this community, and let's just rally for all of our own success together.
Correct.
We'll see you guys this winter as we launch the new revamped Strategic Veteran Podcast. Take care, everybody.
All right, peace.